Hey everyone, so this is the dialogue, and please ding my bell so you can get updated videos from myself, the dialogue. Now, I'm looking at Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, and Donald Trump, the President of the United States, and we're looking at the handshake and the one-upmanship that is trying to happen between them two, and just the general body language in general. So let's have a look at Trudeau coming in to Donald Trump. Right there. Okay, so you saw Justin Trudeau coming right into Donald Trump's space. Donald Trump put his hand on Trudeau's shoulder over here, and Trudeau put his hand on Trump's left arm over here. That is to counterbalance the alpha male, hey, I'm here, I'm the one in charge. So that's why Trudeau decided to put his arm on the shoulder. Now he's erect, so and is looking straight at Donald Trump. Donald Trump's looking at Trudeau, and really, I mean, is it a standoff? Not quite, but really Trudeau is actually holding his own against Donald Trump. Let's have a look. Now, there was a slight jaw jut from Trudeau right there, a bit of a jaw jut, which means there's a little bit of tension there. You can also see it in his hand coming through there. It's not a relaxed hand, it's a, it's a poignant hand. Now, if we look at that handshake, let's go back with the actual handshake. So look at it, it's very, very tense and very, very tight. You can see that both hands are very, very taut. So both men are trying to hold their own, or at least Justin is trying to hold his own against Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is an alpha male, people, if you hadn't already noticed. And so Justin, the younger man, is doing a pretty good job. So Justin is finding his true laugh, and his eyes are crinkled, which means he's found something to genuinely smile about. Donald Trump does seem a little bit tense, but that's understandable. Okay, so the body language here. If we look at Donald Trump again, he's got a steepled hand. That is his go-to gesture when he's sitting in the Oval Office in the chairs. His legs are wider than Justin Trudeau. Justin is showing by his body language that he's into Trump, or that he's comfortable with Trump. Now, I can tell that Justin Trudeau has definitely had body language training, because he's doing everything right. And his body isn't sing-songing out of kilter, if you know what I'm saying. He's got smiles, he's full of charm, and that can actually be worked on, charm.
I'm really excited about launching this, sitting around table here with a number of successful executives who just happen to be women.
Welcome.
Okay, so of course Ivanka Trump, and of course the attractive Trudeau, two attractive people. Don't jump to conclusions that they fancy each other, people. I mean, it's pretty obvious with all of these cameras and people that some people are going to jump to that conclusion.
I'm honored to be here, and I'm really looking
that's just a smile.
forward to hearing from each of you.
So, I mean, that's not a smile of I fancy you. It's actually a smile of admiration for the man rather than I fancy you.
From each of you.
Canada and the United States will forever be a model example of how to be good neighbors.
And you see that Trump put up his chin as soon as he said that Canada is going to be a role model or a good model, which means that Donald Trump is in agreement. His body gave that away. It's like, oh, okay, good.
To suggest that the Syrian refugees are a Trojan horse for potential terrorism.
We want people to come in and come in our country, but we cannot let the wrong people in.
So you'll see that Donald Trump has his hands on the lectern there, which gives the audience a sense of, oh, now we know where he's coming from. He doesn't have a weapon subconsciously in his hand, so we trust him a little bit more. Now, this is Donald Trump having a wide stance and actually owning the area. If you look at Trudeau, he's got his hands clasped, and his body language is pretty erect, straight up, comfortable looking. You'll see in the next shot that he's got wide legs.
People in.
The last thing.
There you go, wide legs, which means he's taking his strong stance. Being the Prime Minister of millions of people, that is probably akin to his post.
Canadians expect is for me to come down and lecture another country on how they choose to govern themselves.
And you'll see again, as soon as he said that, Donald Trump's head went up, which means he's in agreement with what Trudeau has just said. And some sort of relaxed body movement. Of course, it's for show and for the cameras.
Much of our economy depends on good working relationships with the United States.
It's a much less severe situation than what's taken place on the southern border.
So all in all, it was a positive meeting between Donald Trump and Justin Trudeau. It's in the positive rather than seeing the Japanese Prime Minister whose hand was about to be chopped off by Trump, and you could see in his facial expressions. Thanks so much for watching this edition of the Dialogue and Body Language. Cheers. Please subscribe.